As a young teenage girl, campus lady, or young adult, do you have questions in your mind that are unanswered? Or do you feel like meeting or talking to someone that will be able to answer them? I have a good news for you. The Deeper Life Bible Church Women Ministry Jalingo has decided to bring up a special program for the girl child. The theme is The Polish Daughters. This program will be coming up on the 29th of November 2025. Time is 10 a.m. Venue, Deeper Life Bible Church, Mile 6 Bypass, Jalingo, Taraba State, featuring talk, symposium, interactive sessions like question and answers, character stories, variety, etc. Come expecting, go rejoicing.
I am Moses Peter, welcoming you to news at 9 p.m. on Som TV. This broadcast is coming to you live from Jalingo. This is the pulse of the nation. We bring only the stories that matter. Stay with us on Facebook at Som TV and YouTube at Som TV Live. Here are tonight's major headlines. President Bola Tinubu approves Nigerian team for US-Nigeria joint working as he declares nationwide security emergency amid kidnappings. Sheikh Dahiru Usman Bauchi, revered Islamic scholar, passes away as national leaders mourn Sheikh Bauchi's death. Nigerian Senate declares kidnapping an act of terrorism, calls for death penalty as President Tinubu submits 3 ambassadorial nominees to Senate, condemns Guinea-Bissau coup. On international news, Guinea-Bissau military appoints General Hoctor Thiam after coup as African Union demands release of detained Guinea-Bissau president. On business news, National Industrial Court fines CBN 620,000 naira over delayed staff cases. On entertainment news, Olivia Yas resigns as Miss Universe Africa and Oceania. Sport news, FIFA releases 2026 World Cup seedings ahead of December 5th draw. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has approved the Nigerian team for the US-Nigeria Joint Working Group, aimed at strengthening bilateral cooperation on security. The multi-agency delegation led by National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu includes key ministers, security chiefs, and senior officials, with a secretariat comprising Idayat Hassan and Paul Alabi. The team is tasked with coordinating efforts on counter-terrorism, defense cooperation, and regional stability, following rising U.S. concerns over religious freedom violations in Nigeria. The Taraba State Governor, Dr. Agbu Kefas, has approved the creation and redesignation of several ministries, according to a press release from the Secretary to the government. The changes include Ministry of Social Development and Human Services, replacing the Ministry of Cooperation and Poverty Alleviation. Ministry of Nursery and Basic Education, which is newly created. Ministry of Secondary, Vocational and Skill Education, which is also newly created. Ministry of Social Justice, replacing the Ministry of Social Justice and Reintegration. Core mandates for these ministries will be released by the Secretary to the government. The commander of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army and Sector 3 Operation Wild Stroke has met with traditional rulers and key stakeholders in Ibi, Taraba State, in a renewed push to tackle rising crime and settle long-running communal disputes. The high-level meeting held at the Emir's Palace on Wednesday sought urgent solutions to criminal incursions, farmland clashes, and chieftaincy tensions threatening peace in the area. Some TV correspondents complete the report.
The commander of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army, Sector 3 Operation Wild Stroke, on Wednesday, 26 November 2025, held a high-level stakeholder security meeting at the Palace of the Emir of Ibi in Ibi local government of Taraba State, aiming at addressing rising security concerns and communal disputes in the area. The meeting, which commenced about 2 p.m., brought together key community leaders, government officials, security representatives to deliberate on issues threatening peace across part of Ibi local government area. Height of the agenda were the incursion of criminals from neighboring states, farmland disputes, illegal harvesting of crops, and lingering chieftaincy tussle in Dampan, Tanga, Serkimbudu, and Gidankinya community, all of which have contributed to the loss of life and destruction of property. The session had in attendance His Royal Highness the Emir of Ibi, Alhaji Abubakar Salisu Damburo, as well as the Chairman of Ibi Local Government, Mr. Emmanuel Ubandoma, alongside district heads, local chiefs, community leaders, and teams from sister security agents. Speaking at the meeting, the brigade commander urged all stakeholders to renew their commitment to peaceful coexistence and strong condemn the report causing of individual preventing farmers from harvesting their crop. He stressed that such acts are provocative, capable of sparking violent clash, and will henceforth attract serious consequences. He further reminded traditional rulers and community leaders of their primary responsibility to protect peace within their domain, warning that security agencies will take decisive action against anyone fueling crisis. The meeting ended peacefully at about 4 p.m. after all parties agreed to work together to sustain peace in the area.
Troops of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army Sector 3 Operation Wild Stroke have intensified their onslaught against criminal elements in southern Taraba, dislodging armed terrorists, reclaiming territory, and recovering 91 roasted cattle in fresh clearance operations across Takum and Donga local government areas. Some TV correspondents complete the report.
The troop of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army Sector 3 Operation Wild Stroke have continued to consolidate on recent operational success as part of ongoing effort to rid southern Taraba of criminal elements threatening peace, security, and agricultural livestock. Between 24th and 25th November 2025, the brigade conducted decisive clearance operation across Akisha, Zambua Forest, and Ayu village in Takun and Donga local government area. The operation targets suspected armed herdsmen and other criminal groups responsible for persistent attack, destruction of farmland, and displacement of residents. Acting on credible intelligence, troops advanced on identifying hideout, compelling criminals to fly upon sighting the advancing forces. During the sweep of Akise village on 24th November, troops recovered 91 Rosso cattle abandoned by the flying suspect while grazing on farmland. Livestock were secured to prevent further destruction and to serve their use in supporting criminal activity. Similarly, on the 25th, troops made contact with terrorists within Zambana Forest and Ayu village. They engaged the criminal with superior firepower, forcing them to abandon their position and withdraw deeper into the adjoining forest. The successful assault further degraded the terrorist operation capacity. The clearance operation also enabled displaced farmers to safely evacuate their harvested crop on activities previously hindered by fear of attack from criminal elements terrorizing the community. Addressing troops and residents after the operation, the brigade commander, Brigadier General Kingsley Chidebere Uwa, reaffirmed the brigade's resolve to sustain aggressive kinetic action across southern Taraba. He stated that the ongoing momentum will be maintained to ensure domination of the battle space, particularly as the Yuletide session approaches. Regarding recovered cattle, Brigade Commander Uwe directed all personnel claiming ownership to report to 92 Battalion in Takum for identification. He emphasized that no cattle will be released unless rightful owners compensate affected farmers whose farmland were destroyed. The commander condemned the persistent violence associated with nomadic herders, identified their activities as major drivers of insecurity in Takun and environment. He further warned herders migrating into Taraba from neighboring states to report to traditional rulers and local authorities before settling in any community, stressing that this process is essential to prevent conflict and preserving peace. He reiterated that the Operation Rafin Wuta remained focused on flushing out criminal network, securing farmers' community, restoring law and order, and ensuring livestock activity do not undermine peace and food security in Southern Taraba. The Nigerian Army urged citizens to continue providing timely and credible information to enhance ongoing security operation, remain steadfast in its mandate to protect life, secure properties, and uphold peace and stability for all law-abiding citizens.
Taraba State Polytechnic has once again demonstrated its literary and creative prowess at the 2025 Northeast Festival of Literature, Culture, Creativity and Sciences held in Gombe State. The festival, themed Youth and AI, brought together the brightest talents from across the region, and the Polytechnic maintained its remarkable streak of excellence from 2021 to 2025. Some TV correspondents complete the report.
Among the highlights was mass communication student Amarachi Alozi, who captured first place in the prose writing senior category, outshining 7 other talented writers. In addition, Anna Dauda, also from the mass communication department, claimed 3rd place in the spoken word poetry, standing tall among 28 participants in a competitive contest.
This is actually a commendable effort and initiative from the department, because we've been participating since 2021, going to Gombe State as a competition that was organized by Halima Factory Initiative, comprising all the tertiary institutions in the Northeast. And our team, in fact, we've been the only state polytechnic participating in that event.
So if you look at the event, it's a festival of literature, culture, creativity, even though they just introduced sciences. And I'm from the field of arts. I understand the intricacies of arts. We understand what it takes to write a story, what it takes to write a poem, the techniques involved on stage when it comes to spoken word poetry. And I reveal it to them, to my players, and engage them in vigorous training.
The award-winning contingent, under the leadership of department heads Linus Ngatim and student coach Cosmos Johnson, showcased not only talent but the discipline, creativity, and dedication fostered at the institutions. Rector Dr. Amos Danladi Agbu lauded the student achievement, attributing their continued success to the unwavering support of the Taraba State government and the institution's commitment to nurturing young minds.
Just like the team leader said, the Consortium have been participating in this festival as far back as 5 years now, and in each year they go, they will always win. And this is also as a result of the quality staff we have in the Department of Mass Comm.
Similarly, Commissioner for Tertiary Institution Mike Diogen expressed delight describing Taraba State Polytechnic as a shining beacon of academic and creative excellence in the Northeast, and commending the student for raising the institution's prestige to new heights.
If we can do what we are doing now, it will open more gates for us to ensure that we give our best to our own state and by implication, general Nigeria.
With yet another stellar performance, Taraba State Polytechnic continues to cement its reputation as a hub of literary brilliance, creative innovation, and academic distinctions, inspiring the next generation of thinkers, writers, and artists across the region. Lilian Yakubu, reporting from Jalingo for Some TV.
The Northern Christian Religious Leaders Assembly inaugurated its State Executive Council and local government coordinators under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Ambassador Philip Mika Dopan. Key dignitaries including Secretary to Government Chief Barrister G.T. Kataps, former Governor Reverend Julie T. Nyame, and CAN Chairman Reverend Father Williams Awoshiri attended. National Chairman Archbishop John Praise Daniel administered oaths, while Barrister Karkaji Dan Adi addressed Christian victimization. Some TV correspondents complete the reports.
In the landmark event for Christian leadership in northern Nigeria, Northern Christian Religious Leaders Assembly (NOCRELA) inaugurates the Taraba State Executive Council and local government coordinators under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Ambassador Philip Mika Dopa. The ceremony drew top dignitaries, including the Secretary to the Government of the State, Chief Barrister G.T. Kataps, former Governor Reverend Jolie T. Nyame, and the CAN Chairman Reverend Father Williams Awoshiri. The National Executive NOCRELA, led by National Chairman Archbishop John Praise Daniel, also graced the occasion. Guest speaker Barrister Karkaji Dan Adi spoke on the victimization of Christians in northern Nigeria, citing ethnic, tribal, and demographic challenges as contributing factors. He urged Christians to lobby international organizations, advocate for state policing, and oppose any integration of Boko Haram, ISWAP, or other terrorist elements into government security structure.
The topic which I am asked to speak about, I'm very familiar with. I also live in the northeastern part of Nigeria. I was born here, I was brought up here, and I'm still living in here. There is, whether we accept it or not, victimization against northern Christians. And there are causes for why northern Christians are victimized. We understand that there are preventive measures, and these measures that we help in coping, helping us to grow, live together.
The National Chairman, Archbishop John Praise Daniel, administered the oath of office to the state executive members, emphasizing unity and proactive leadership among northern Christian communities.
Coordination, motivation, edification, unity for the achievements of the aims and objectives of NOCRELA. Those who have been appointed to work at this level have won the confidence of the national leadership. Therefore, you are required to work faithfully in order to achieve the purpose for which you were appointed.
Following this, Reverend Dr. Philip Michael Dopa sworn in local government coordinators, making a pivotal step in expanding Nokresal grassroots presence across Taraba State.
Hereby, we upgrade you in the position of which you were appointed as the local government coordinator, the local government coordinator, or local government coordinator, and local government coordinator, and the local government coordinator, and the local government coordinator, and the local government coordinator, as a local government coordinator, or the local government coordinator, and the local government coordinator, as a local government coordinator, or local government coordinator, in the local government coordinator, from the local government coordinator, local government coordinator, as a local government coordinator, and to the urban area coordinator, and in the spoken area coordinator, respectively, in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
The event also featured vibrant choir ministration from several groups, infusing the inauguration with spiritual fervor and celebration. In his vote of thanks, Reverend Dr. Philip Michael Dopa appreciated the governor of Taraba State for his support and lauded all attendees for contributing to the success of the ceremony.
Committee acting under the direct mandate of Governor Agbu Kefas has plunged into the verification exercise of alleged ghost workers since Monday, November 24, 2025. Tasked with providing the government a composite and comprehensive list of staff on the Taraba State payroll, the team is meticulously scrutinizing records, signaling a decisive move towards accountability and transparency in the civil service. An interview with the spokesman of the alleged ghost workers, he expressed satisfaction with the process so far, while others seek clarity on criteria and timelines. He expressed optimism that the committee will be fair, transparent, and conduct proper process.
My name is Sani Abdurraouf, the chairman, alleged Ghost Workers Forum. Actually, the screening is going and I have no problem about it. The people are all right, queuing up for the screening. No problem.
Okay. Do you think this process will be finished on time, just like on the timetable?
I really don't think so, because the number is looking more than the way we expected. Therefore, we are trying to adjust, but no problem with the way the screening is going. So we just have to finish maybe on Saturday or Monday like that.
Okay.
Yes.
On a sad note, we report the passing of one of Nigeria's most revered Islamic scholars, Sheikh Dahiru Usman Bauchi, a leading figure of the Tijaniya order. The news emerged early Thursday and was confirmed by his family and associates, including former presidential aide Bashir Ahmad. His son, Sayyadeen Ali, said the cleric lived a fulfilled life devoted to teaching, humanitarian work, and Quranic scholarship. Burial arrangements are pending family decisions. In response, national leaders have mourned his death. President Bola Tinubu described the 101-year-old scholar as a moral guide and advocate of peace. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani hailed him as a unifying spiritual leader, while former Senate President Bukola Saraki praised his lifelong commitment to Quranic teaching. Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed also expressed condolences, commended the Sheikh's devotion to Islamic education, and praying for comfort for the Muslim Ummah. Shifting to security developments, President Tinubu has declared a nationwide security emergency following a surge in kidnappings, including mass adoptions in Kebbi, Niger, and Kwara State. The president ordered the recruitment of additional police and military personnel, conversion of NYSC camps for training, and deployment of DSS and forest guards. Lawmakers and opposition parties criticized ongoing negotiations with bandits, emphasizing intelligence-driven operations and urging citizens to remain vigilant. Complementing this, the Nigerian Senate has declared kidnapping an act of terrorism, recommending the death penalty for offenders without judicial reduction. Triggered by recent mass adoptions, senators dissolved key security committees, called for federal support for vigilantes, and emphasized improved intelligence and rapid deployment. Former APC National Chairman and ex-Kano Governor Abdullahi Ganduje condemned bandit attacks in Shanono and Shayawa LGAs, advocating community-based security strategies. Meanwhile, Ekiti Police intensified border security after an AI-generated video caused panic over a potential attack. Turning to institutional accountability, the Auditor General's 2022 report revealed 2.69 billion naira in abandoned projects and financial irregularities within the Nigeria Police Force. The report highlighted unapproved contracts, unexecuted works, irregular payment, and weak asset management, including lost police animals and obsolete firearms, urging corrective measures and stronger internal controls. On the political and diplomatic front, President Tinubu has submitted 3 ambassadorial nominees to the Senate for screening: Kayode Are, Aminu Dalhatu, and Ayodele Oke, marking a significant step to restore Nigeria's diplomatic presence abroad. In international affairs, Nigeria condemned the military coup in Guinea-Bissau, labeling it a grave threat to democracy and regional stability. The African Union and ECOWAS also condemned the takeover, urging immediate restoration of constitutional order and the release of detained election officials. Meanwhile, former Petroleum Minister Timipri Silva has written to the EFCC requesting a mutually agreed date to respond to an alleged $14.8 million fraud, citing urgent medical treatment. Silva denied evading the commission and requested a formal appearance once medically cleared. In domestic governance news, Katsina Governor Diko Rada signed the 2026 appropriation bill of 897.87 billion naira, with recurrent spending at 18.68% and capital expenditure at 81.32%. Delta Governor Sheriff Ogborevori presented a 1.6 trillion naira 2026 budget, allocating 30% to recurrent and 70% to capital projects, prioritizing roads, education, and healthcare. Meanwhile, the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Alumni Association protested a legislative amendment removing technology from its founding act, warning that it could undermine STEM education and regional technical capacity. Turning to education and youth development, the Nigerian Defense Academic announced that online applications for its 78 regular course will open on November 28, 2025 and close on April 30, 2026. Applicants are urged to carefully follow instructions to avoid invalid submissions. Additionally, the federal government has called for applications to the second cohort of the National Health Fellows Program by November 30, 2026, targeting professionals aged 25 to 35 to strengthen primary health care across all 774 LGAs. In social development news, Cross River State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Edema Irom, reported around 800 gender-based violence cases from January to November 2025. With only 5 convictions. She highlighted weak logistics, funding gaps, online abuse, exploitation on cocoa plantations, and ongoing court cases, calling for collaboration with UN Women to empower women and strengthen institutions. Meanwhile, Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited has engaged town criers to disseminate information across Trans-Niger pipeline communities and partnered with the NDLE to combat youth drug abuse in the Niger Delta. This initiative, prompted by traditional rulers, also promotes security ethics, discipline, and productivity. PINL continues its scholarship and women empowerment programs while maintaining zero pipeline infractions, earning praise from local leaders. On infrastructure, Bayelsa State government is undertaking comprehensive redesign and rehabilitation of failed internal roads in Yenagoa to improve mobility and address flooding under its urban renewal policy. Deputy Governor Lawrence Egudiakpo confirmed work on roads including Saptex, Okaka, and Mbiama, Yenagoa, promising full engineering solutions while engaging local stakeholders, including the Ekwi Kingdom Development Organization. In energy development, Cross River Governor Basi Otu urged increased clean energy investment to boost the state's blue and green economies. Speaking via Deputy Governor Peter Ode at the REA Strategic Roundtable, he highlighted achievements such as the 10-megawatt University of Calabar solar farm, mini-grids, and 10,000 home solar units. With 15 of 18 LGAs still lacking reliable power, plans for additional solar, mini-grids, hybrid systems, and energy as a service models aim to support agriculture, fisheries, and ecotourism. The Edo State House of Assembly has summoned former Governor Godwin Obaseki and 10 others over the Museum of West African Art and Rendition Hotel project. Scheduled for December 4th, the ad hoc committee seeks details on funding and execution. The move follows a chaotic MOA exhibition on November 9th, where protesters disrupted the event, trapping foreign dignitaries. The hearing aims to ensure accountability and clarify project management from Obaseki's administration. The federal government has officially upgraded Victor Atta Airport in Oyo, Akwa Ibom State to international status, allowing it to receive and process global passengers. Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo announced that the airport now meets global standards, boasting a 3-kilometer runway and a world-class MRO facility. Governor Umo Enof welcomed the upgrade, outlining plans for a cargo terminal and residential unit, aiming for the first international flight by early 2026, boosting commerce, tourism, and regional connectivity. The FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has awarded the 13-kilometer Akpo-Kachi Road contract to SCC Nigeria Limited after the previous contractor, Kakata Engineering, failed to complete the project in 14 years. Speaking during inspections in Karu and Akpo Wasa, Wike also announced a new road linking Kubwa to Buari, emphasizing project completion over new ventures in 2026. He assured that ongoing roads will be prioritized and integrated into the next year's budget for timely delivery. Gunmen have reportedly adopted 10 people from Angwa Kao and Kuchikwa villages in Shiroro, LGA, Niger State, according to the state police. The attack occurred Wednesday evening with efforts underway to rescue the victims. Earlier, bandits assaulted a blind man in Kakuru, severing his hand, and attacked a rice farm in Paleita, allegedly adopting up to 24 people. The incident followed a recent mass kidnapping at St. Mary's Catholic School, Angwara local government area. Moving on to Kaduna State, the Kaduna State has declared the last Saturday of every month as statewide sanitation day, starting November 29, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Governor Uba Sani's administration aims to improve public health, prevent flooding, and tackle sanitation risks. The initiative calls for active participation from residents, community leaders, and civil society, emphasizing that environmental responsibility is a shared duty vital for cleaner, safer, and more resilient communities across the state. Finally, the Nigerian Senate held a security summit in Jos for the North Central Zone, including Plateau, Niger, Kwara, Kogi, Benue, and Nasarawa, to address rising insecurity. Governor Abba Moro emphasized collective responsibility involving communities, state governments, the private sector, and federal reforms. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mufwang urged unity against violence. The one-day summit gathered security experts, traditional leaders, and civil society to propose actionable solutions amid escalating attacks, kidnappings, and communal clashes in the region. We are taking a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more information.
Want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861.
Welcome back. We are glad you are still there with us. Moving on to the international news, Guinea-Bissau military has appointed General Hoctor Thiam to lead the country for 1 year following a coup that saw President Umaru Embalo arrested and election results halted. Soldiers patrolled Bissau as Thiam took the oath of office, citing the takeover as necessary to prevent threats to democracy. The military suspended elections, media operations, and imposed a curfew, briefly closing borders. Embalo and key officials remain detained, while opposition leader Domingos Simeões Pereira was also arrested. The coup drew condemnation from ECOWAS, the UN, Portugal, and press freedom groups, highlighting concerns over political instability in the region. In related developments, the African Union has demanded the immediate release of Guinea-Bissau President Umaru Embalo after a military coup. AU Chair Mahmoud Ali Yusuf condemned the takeover and called for the unconditional release of Embalo and other detained officials. The military claimed it acted to prevent a weapons-backed plot by drug lords and suspended elections, media, and imposed a curfew. Borders were briefly closed but later reopened. Embalo remains detained near military headquarters. Former President Goodluck Jonathan is safe and has left Guinea-Bissau following the military coup that toppled the government, the Nigerian federal government confirmed. Jonathan, leading the West African Elders Forum election observation mission, departed with his delegation, including Mohamed Chambers. The coup, which detained President Umaru Embalo and key officials, suspended elections and temporarily closed borders. Jonathan and other regional observers condemned the military takeover, emphasizing the need to maintain peace, stability, and democracy in Guinea-Bissau. On business news, the National Industrial Court in Abuja has fined the Central Bank of Nigeria 620,000 naira for delaying proceedings in suit filed by 62 former employees contesting their May 2024 termination. Justice Osatu Hamwe Obaseki Osagi ruled after the bank's late motion disrupted a scheduled hearing. The ex-staff who seek reinstatement and payment of entitlements accused the bank of targeting them arbitrarily. The case has been adjourned to January 12, 2026 for further hearing. On entertainment news, Miss Côte d'Ivoire Universe 2025 Olivia Iyas has resigned as Miss Universe Africa and Oceania, just days after winning the title at Miss Universe 2025 in Bangkok. Citing a commitment to our core values of respect, dignity, excellence, and equal opportunity, Iyas announced she would sever all ties with the Miss Universe organization. Our resignation follows controversies over vote manipulation, high-profile withdrawals, and disputes surrounding the pageant's transparency. Lastly, on sport news, FIFA has released the final seedings for the 2026 World Cup ahead of the December 5th draw. The top four nations, Spain, Argentina, France, and England, will be kept apart until the semi-finals if they top their groups, using a tennis-style bracket. Seedings for all pots were confirmed, with pot 1 including Canada, Mexico, USA, Spain, Argentina, France,